Hi everyone, I am excited to expand on my last post. It's titled Same Company, I think New Plan or New Direction, details soon. So if you're curious and following along, maybe you're just interested, just to be interested, I wanted to share. So I've been doing this business for 7 years and I love it so much. I'm so grateful, and I believe wholeheartedly that God has brought Young Living, Oils, and me together in my life for a number of purposes. And when I started 7 years ago, so I had different visions coming into this of what he was going to make it into, of what was going to come from it. And I started it with Instagram included. And Instagram is not what it was when I started 7 years ago. A lot more peaceful, a lot less chaotic, a lot less commercial real, just a lot less, just simpler, easier to connect with business. Not so much coming at you and so much brainwashing and, the fog. There is something to it. It has become a beast. And there's a reason mental health is connected to, it all and everything. There's just a lot in there. So anyways, over maybe the second half of my time doing this business, I have really had this tension and stirring about, am I supposed to use Instagram? I just feel this tension. Here I am, very aware of how you can use this tool, this app for good. It is my heart, has always been my heart to offer help and support and bring hope, sharing our stories, testimonies, bringing the opportunity for someone to find something that benefits their life. My hope is only to bring positive onto this app. But you look at it, it's a free app, but what is it costing us? And I did not have the capacity to really dive into an alternative or the options or how to recalibrate my relationship with Instagram until after things have calmed down with our boys' health. So I've just been, praying like, Lord, I'm just going to take one step at a time. And I believe that you're going to show me how I can best help people and how I can best steward my business and this opportunity that you've given me, how I can best steward my motherhood, my kids' time, our family's time. And if I believe that God has brought me into this business, I need to believe that he's going to show me how to do this where things all align in peace. And the more and over the years, I think this has been a theme for a lot of women is, juggling a business that they love, but also craving simplicity, craving slower life, slower living, and just making things simpler in general. And I have felt that too. When I look at my life and where I want it to go, I feel that tension and awareness of here I am pouring into this app, which I'm not trying to demonize Instagram. I'm not at all. Just trying to be really honest so that I am really honest with myself so that I can really figure out what am I in this for? What are alternatives? And I'm also not trying to make it this super spiritual thing, but for me, it's all connected. And I deeply want to follow what the Lord is asking me to do because I know that is where the fruit is for everyone involved, including my family, which is priority to me, while I still believe that I am called to this. He has given me visions of, I've already said this, but what's on the other side of this and what this money is going to bring. And I want to be obedient. And in that, I want to ask him what is wise. And when I look at my life and what I want it to be in the future, I have always had the goal to eventually not be on social media. But here I have been also trying to make it work for my business. And so a couple weeks ago, my friend who I signed up with Young Living, and I have had these conversations back and forth because we feel similarly about different things on this topic. And I can't speak for her. I'm not speaking for her, but I know when I am processing these things and thinking through it and I picture where I want to be, and I want to get away from social media. I love creating content. I love offering whatever I can. I love talking to people and connection. But I do not believe, when I really step back, I believe that I can trust the Lord with my business enough to believe that if He is leading me away from the amount of time I've spent or attention I've put into Instagram, because everyone does it. You know, if you are building a business, you have an Instagram. That is like what 99% of people would say that, would see that, and would believe that. But if the Lord is nudging us to go somewhere else, if that is you or if it's just me, I want to obey Him and trust that He's going to bring the connection of people who want this. You know, I'm not here to, I think the statistics are, if you post 7 times, that's when someone starts to remember. The commercial marketing. And I understand that that is just how it is, but I had this vision of almost like this invitation of him inviting me, but really anyone who wants to, you know, if this is for anyone, take it. Because I believe it will be freeing for someone, even if it's just one person, an invitation to get off the hamster wheel. I do not want to pay what it costs to truly be successful, go viral, all these things. And over the years, I've just realized more and more, you know, if you're building a business or anything, if you're building anything, if you are, you know, whether you're on Instagram or not, you're creating something. If we only listen to people who are coaches and, you know, they might be really good at being on top of the trends and things like that with all the apps and strategy, but, and not to say they can't hear from the Lord. That's not what I'm saying. But the same God who might be telling them how to advance can also talk to us. And I believe that He is going to, I've consistently thought this, that He's going to show me, you know, I'm not just going to try to catch up. I feel like if I was to go into the apps trying to learn everything, I'd be always catching up because I don't have the time for that. But if I silence all the voices, get quiet with Him and ask Him what I'm supposed to do, He's going to give me the answer that goes beyond the chaos, beyond all the voices, beyond the worldly strategy. And I'm not saying that this is it. I just really believe that there is something here, either for me, I know for me, but also maybe for someone else, to just be encouraged that if nothing else, you don't have to use Instagram if you want to do it a different way. So I have always had the goal of less screens in our home, and I know that I have to be an example in that way. I want to, and not just that, but I want more community and more local connection, which we have not had, and that's not an excuse. We have not had the capacity or chance to do that with all the caretaking with our boys. But I believe a new season is coming. I believe that is what our family is. That's how the Lord is going to use our family, whether it's just being an open door to connection or building a community or connecting, or me connecting with women to just make space for them to be heard, whatever it might look like. I believe that in person is going to, and I've always had this dream and vision that more in person. And just with these couple weeks of being off Instagram, I feel like my mind is getting clearer, which is crazy and kind of scary. I've had more capacity to think about other things, which I also believe is going to birth more creativity in whatever area, you know, God is trying to reveal to me, which makes me think that it's also going to be a part of my healing. So, there are a lot of things woven into this, but, I also want to figure out a way to make it really easy for women to do this business. Not feeling like they have to be on Instagram all the time. That is one of the number one things that I hear about, you know, just building a business in general, not just my company, not just my team, across every woman I talk to. I don't know how to balance this. You know, I've talked to people outside of my team, my company, friends who are in other MLMs, and it's a struggle to be a stay-at-home mom, working mom, all these things that we already have, and try to keep up on social media. So I have been getting really quiet with, me and by myself and listening to what God wants for me. I'm still building, figuring out the plan, but what I have so far looks like keeping it simple. And if you are curious about content, you still want the kind of content I offer, if that has been beneficial for you, whether you are already using oils or you're in my downline, someone who's signed up with me in the past, present, or you're curious and you think you might want to take a look for possible future purchases, join my email list, because that is where I'm going to be pouring most of my attention, because I personally love getting emails from what I opt into. There is someone I have followed for a while on Instagram before I kind of took some time off of it. And I opted in for her emails and I love them. I look forward to them. I've opted in, I'm sure a lot of people, you opt in for things you want. So if you want the content, the information, the education, the videos, I will still be providing content, but I will be getting a lot more efficient. It's going to be easier for people to save things. I have my website that I just launched. Find the subscribe to my email list on the bottom of my website. There's a blog portion that I will keep updated with weekly tips and tricks. And I made it easy so you can click on the picture and save it to your Pinterest if you want. I'm going to be using Pinterest. The other part of this story, there's so many parts, but just trying to kind of give the overview, is it also clicked for me, even just business wise. Instagram is not a search engine. So for things like if you are trying to figure something out, you want to know how to start something, you want to know how to create something, you go to search engines, Pinterest, YouTube. I don't have any of the other ones. I don't know if is Twitter a search engine? I think it might be. Maybe not. I could be wrong. Google is one. I can't control Google, but I can get connected with Pinterest, have my website, and I have a YouTube already going. So I want to make it really easy for people to save things, to refer back to, and simplify the process. I have a lot of content already available to people, and consistently I get a message asking, where something is, which I never mind. I'm happy to help. But it just seems like it would be a lot easier if there was a simple way to find something, that's why I label things on my Instagram, but you have to scroll through and find it, which it'd be so much easier. You go to my blog and things are labeled, so you know exactly where you're getting them, where you're going for them, and what you're going to get. And then I'm also putting them on Pinterest so that you can go and save it if you want to save recipes or tips. I love Pinterest. And so I'm excited to incorporate that more. So lots to this. If you have any questions, please let me know. I would be happy to share or answer. But if you are interested in the content specifically that I offer, either find me on YouTube. Everything's going to be connected to my email. So if you really want all the options, and I'm not just providing my content, but I'm including courses, with, thorough education, any classes that I'm doing, I'm going to be adding into there, any, articles I find or things like that, I'll be adding into there. So, if you want the content, if you want the hub of where I'm going to be, join my email list. And then all the sources will be dropped in from there. So my website, blog, YouTube, I also have my podcast. So whatever's easiest to listen to, I'm going to make it super simple for you to save and connect with. So anyways, if you have any questions, let me know. There's more to the story, but I'm going to just stop there because Instagram only gives me 15 minutes. So if you want to chat about any of it, I would love to talk with you.